Hey everyone, Dusty here, and if you're new to triathlon or looking to get into triathlon but not sure what the different distances are, then hopefully this video will clear some of that up for you. Now for those of you that work in miles and not kilometers, I'll put all of the conversions just up here for you. Alright, well let's get started with the shortest triathlon event. That would be called a tri, also known as a super sprint sometimes. Now these distances aren't set in stone for a tri or a super sprint, but generally speaking they'll be anywhere from 200 to 400 meters for the swim, usually done in a pool. The bike portion will generally be around 10 kilometers and the run will usually be anywhere from 2 to 3 kilometers. Now this event explains itself. It's a tri. It's for those people who just want to see what it's all about. Usually a lot of the tri athletes will be on mountain bikes or cruiser bikes. It doesn't matter. You don't need to have something super fancy to do a tri. And generally speaking, that's a great starting point for a lot of first-time triathletes to get started with. Okay, so next up we have a sprint distance triathlon. Now it's called a sprint distance triathlon, but for 99% of people it's still going to take them over an hour. So when you think sprint, it's still an endurance event. It's not an all-out sprint. So sprint can be done either as a pool swim or in a lake, and the swim is 750 meters, the bike is 20 kilometers, and the run is 5 kilometers. Next up we have an Olympic distance triathlon, also known as a standard distance triathlon, and this is double a sprint. So it's a 1500 meter swim, a 40 kilometer bike, and a 10 kilometer run. Now I would say most of the time Olympic distance triathlons are done in the lake, although I have heard of a few being done in the pool. Next up we have half Ironman distance. So the swim will be 1.9k, the bike ride will be 90 kilometers, and the run will be a half marathon or 21.1 kilometers. And you might have heard of some half Ironmans being called half Ironman 70.3. Well, that 70.3 is the total number of miles. When you add up the total miles for the swim, the bike, and the run, it adds up to 70.3, just if you're wondering where that number comes from. Alright, and lastly, that leads into the full Ironman distance. An Ironman distance event will be a 3.8 kilometer swim, a 180 kilometer bike, and a 42.2 kilometer run, which is a full marathon. There are some events past Ironman in distance. They're called Ultraman events, and those can get up to some insane distances, even more insane than Ironman events. They're definitely not as popular as Ironman and all the shorter events, but there are some events that are quite a bit longer. So generally speaking, if you're a first-time triathlete or looking to get into triathlon, you'll probably want to dip your toes into the tri race or a sprint race or even an Olympic distance race, maybe if you already have some swimming or running or a cycling background. And then you can eventually work your way up to a half Ironman or even a full Ironman if that's what you want to do. So that's a very general overview of the different distances in triathlon. I hope that helps you out a little bit, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more everything running, triathlon, and nutrition related.